I'm Nidhi and I'm a first year medical student at GMC Aurangabad. So today with us we have Akshit Gupta. He is a student at Vardhaman Mahavir Medical College, New Delhi, and he's from the 2019 batch. So today he is here to share his experience and also to answer some of the commonly asked questions. Akshat Bhaiya, thank you so much for coming on my YouTube channel and that too on such a short notice.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So, do you study on a regular basis, and would you advise us to do that?
Yeah, I try to study as consistently as I can because it is of utmost importance being in MBBS. And now that you have scored a seat in MBBS, you're going to be a doctor. This is the least that you owe to yourself and to your profession. So try to study as consistently as you can, even if you can't sit for 3 hours daily. Just try to study on alternate days or try to cover your backlogs on your weekends, whatever way it works for you. Just keep studying regularly.
Okay. So, when you go for your clinical postings, how do you remember the cases that you have seen in the wards? Do you take down notes and you like go home and revise all the notes?
Okay, so we are not informed prior to the starting of the posting that what cases will be seen in the hospital. So what I try to do is like either I can read up prior that what are the most common cases which I might be seeing in any posting. Like if I'm going for ophthalmology posting, I know I'm going to see a cataract case. If I'm going for medicine posting, I know I'm going to see CDS cases. So I try to read upon that prior. And as for taking notes, I don't pen down the theoretical stuff which they tell us in the postings. I mean, the symptomatology and whatnot, all you can find in the book itself. So if I'm told anything like any trick or anything else which is useful for me, which only the hospital can teach me, not the textbooks, then I try to make a note of that.
Okay.
I mean, no point noting down everything in the 3 hours that you're spending in your clinical posting.
Okay. Do you attend your lectures daily?
Absolutely not. I try to skip my lectures as often as I can because I know that I can get a better output if I self study in that time.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I try to get my proxies marked. I mean, or like whatever way it works. I mean, my main target is to avoid college as much as I can when it
Okay.
comes to theory lectures because most often they're not very helpful.
Yeah. It seems like a waste of time sometimes.
Absolutely.
Um, I've heard that medicine is a difficult subject, and is it necessary to start preparing for it from the very beginning? Because I know a couple of students who start reading Harrison's from the end of first year or from the beginning of second year itself.
I'm one of those students.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so see, one thing which I've learned about medicine in my second year is that you don't need to start medicine that early. Okay, medicine is just an algorithm for applying whatever physiology, pharmacology, and pathology you have learned. Okay, it's not like a separate entity of its own. It's just a mixture of all these pre and paraclinical subjects.
Hmm.
So if you have mastered those subjects well, you automatically know 50-60% medicine when you enter final year.
Okay.
So instead of focusing on Harrison from second year itself, because you anyway won't be able to retain it until the final year, better is to focus on the subjects of the given year, like master pharmacology, master pathology, like do those things well and then apply those things in medicine. You will be able to cover it all in final year. Absolutely.
So when did you start studying medicine?
I had no intention of starting medicine per se. I just wanted to scroll through Harrison. I
Okay.
wanted to see like what is the fuss all about. So that's when I started. I found it fun, so I like read it in my leisure time, but most of it did not commit to my memory, and that's okay because I don't need to know those things right now.
Hmm. Have you started your PG preparation and how do you
Yes, I
manage?
have.
So how do you manage your time? How do you manage your PG preparation along with your university studies?
See, the best thing which you can do, I mean, see, this is like school versus NEET all over again, okay?
Yeah.
Your college is like your school and your Marrow, Prep Ladder, Dams, whatever you have joined, like those things are like your Akash, Allen, whatever.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it's the same battle all over again that you need to go to school for attendance, you need to pass those exams for attendance.
Hmm.
Sometimes you need to put on hold your preparation for PG because of those exams in college. So the only thing which I try is like give myself specific weekly targets and just try to meet those targets.
Okay. So,
It's better to start early. Like the ideal time to start PG preparation would be third year. I
third.
would say that up until first and second year, just stick to your standard books. Just try to build your concepts and just try to develop a habit of being able to develop concepts from the standard books. Because most students I know cannot do that, even in a college like VMMC.
Hmm.
Like most people are dependent on videos or lectures or something or the other,
Hmm.
like some passive source of learning. So
Okay.
you need to be comfortable with active sources of learning as well, and just keep giving yourself weekly targets or monthly targets, whatever works for you, starting third year onwards. That like I'll complete 15 days mein ophthalmology puri, and like 15 days for ENT, 20 days for PSM. So like if you're using Marrow, so like or prep ladder, anything, so that you can do. Ki, like set weekly targets, stick to them. That is the best thing that you can do to prepare for university or for PG.
Okay. Um, so most of us are really intrigued by whatever happens in Delhi colleges. So can you tell
Okay.
us something? Yeah. So like, can you tell us something about the social life of students at VMMC? What do you guys do over there?
Okay, so the social life at VMMC, see, we hold whenever there's a festival coming up, we usually hold some kind of function. Like that's about the life of VMMC students and VMMC. Okay, but VMMC students hardly stay in VMMC alone. Okay,
Okay.
the whole Delhi is your oyster. Okay, when you're in a Delhi medical college, so like you can go to CP, you can go to Hudson Lane, you can go to Hoskas, you can go anywhere, and that too with friends from other colleges. I mean that's what happens most often. Like a bunch of group from like BSA, some from LH, some from AMC, some from BMMC. Like whoever your friends are, you just plan with them and then go party with them.
Okay. Um, so 10th October was World Mental Health Day, right?
Right.
Um, So it is known that medical students are really prone to stress, depression, and anxiety compared to the general population. So, what are your views on this? This causes substance abuse to be more prevalent among medical students. What do you think about
Right.
this? Yeah.
See, substance abuse, I'll be honest, is prevalent everywhere. I mean, I don't think you can pinpoint to a single medical college in India where they're not abusing substances, alcohol, drugs, it's everywhere. Okay, and it's growing into a huge pandemic right now at this point. So, I mean, that is a very existent problem. The only thing which we can do about that is, like make ourselves better and encourage people to improve themselves. Like, if you know anybody who's stuck between such problems, like, you should try your level best to help them out. Like, instead of labeling them as addicts and then just isolating them from the society, from your friend circle, like, better to help those people.
Mhm. So, how do you take care of your mental health as a medical student?
The most effective tool which I have seen, which you can, I mean, practice in everyday life, if you want to maintain your mental health, is a routine. And by routine, I do not mean that you should live a monotonous life. I mean, you should do specific things at specified time. Like if you're going to sleep at 3 a.m., waking up at 11, missing your classes, you're bound to have a poor mental health at the end of the semester. Because and by the way, you also probably would have very, very bad physical health as well, if that is your sleeping cycle. So, I mean, I just try that my sleeping cycle is fixed, my eating habits are fixed, and these are good eating, sleeping habits, and the rest of the time you can do whatever you like as long as it's not harming you physically or mentally or someone else.
Hmm. So, would you like to say anything to my viewers as a parting note?
Live a little, breathe a little.
Hmm.
MBBS is not the end of the world. No exam is the end of the world. Everything comes and goes. Just take everything easy and definitely do not let suicidal thoughts cross your mind. And if you feel you're someone who needs help, go get it immediately. Okay, no point valuing in self pity. Just go get the help you need if you do.
Okay.
I hope you liked the interview and I'm sure you found it helpful. In case you have any doubts, do mention them in the comments below. And don't forget to share the video and do subscribe. I'll see you next Sunday with a new video. Till then, bye.